So today we got our Titan Arms built Prodigy 5-inch gun. As far as bottom to top, what's done to it, you got MJD Solutions grip, all Atlas ignition kit, internals, mainspring, and then the trigger, the Atlas gas pedal and high ride safeties, sear hammer, all the internals, all the men parts are gone, all the hand fit Atlas parts are in it. Topped with a 507 comp and a 10-pound recoil spring with the Atlas or Dawson guide rod. Makes for a smooth, she's a little dirty, but she's working. No malfunction so far, no problems. I also had personal preference, I have them take off the front sight post because I do go over the top like a lot of people do, and I tend to tear the web out of my hand, and I'm bleeding everywhere, so that doesn't really help very much. So what we're going to do right now is we're practicing for USPSA. We have a match tomorrow, just a level 1 match at Guncraft, which is where we typically go, shoot with a bunch of buddies and some high-level shooters. So we're trying to catch up to those boys, right? So today we're going to work on this no shoot, since we are working with a new gun. We do run this platform a little bit, but not as much as we would like, right? So new division, new gun. I come from running Glocks, so I just transitioning over. So we're gonna run this. We're gonna run it cold. Haven't shot anything out of this gun today. I did do some zeroing of some other firearms prior, so I have a couple trigger pulls, but not on this. And we're gonna run through this just a little tiny array at about 12 yards, just to see what my on-demand performance looks like if I were to walk up to a stage today. And we're gonna practice on some of the no shoots because it's gonna slow your vision down. So we rip the transitions and slow down just a touch to get hopefully like Alpha Charlie, if we're at speed, just above that no shoot. So let's see what happens. New dot, new gun, new reticle, new everything. See what happens. So 131 out of the holster, which is not horrible for like competition shooting, but not great for here. I didn't land on the A zone. I didn't park my vision on a small spot in the middle of that A zone. I just let her eat. Transitioned over here on one was early, and then one was A zone. Then when I transitioned up, I watched that Charlie go. I tried to pull it down just a touch, but the second Charlie went. So we're gonna tape it up, and we will run that again since it's drill, and see if we can clean it up. Let's see if we can do a better job of parking that vision and squeezing those two off without that hiccup. That was way slower, but that was all 305. The best splits were 19, so we're shooting a lot slower. For all 6 shots, that's 305, but that is all alpha. So in a match, first one was a 129. We slowed the splits down and we paid more attention. We respected a little bit more, which gave us a better result. You're working transitions, your cadence, like those two should have sounded faster than that one. They were kind of all the same. So I definitely want to speed up on those two. And then that way you hear it change on the other one. Now we're going to pick a different direction. So we don't want to run the same shit over and over because you don't want to get that muscle memory, right? So you're going to sit there and run. You can game shit, right? Like you can sit there and game it, but we want to be able to shoot on that level. I don't so much focus on like A or Master or GM or whatever. Like I'm just starting out, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I want to be able to shoot at that level, whatever that letter is. I want to be able to shoot at that level every time I come out, whether it's with the boys or whether it's in competition. I want to be able to shoot at that, whatever that level is, consistently. So we'll run bottom, top, and then try to rip over quickly without either shooting prior or after the fucking A zone. We'll try to park our vision on that. So we don't like mics, so we know that's got to come way down. These two are good. Like I watched them go in. I watched the vision. Alpha Charlie in a competition, that's what I'm shooting for. This is probably a little bit more generous than they give you. Typically, maybe it's like this. So we're eyeballing right here. So if we drop a little low, like Alpha Charlie for me, it's fine. Like that, you know what I mean? We're not at that level yet where we're just punching a solid hole in the A zone every time we pull the trigger. That was the first shot, and then I pulled over, trying to get over here aggressively, and mic'd on the way over, and then I pulled this one, and I think, which again I should be calling my shots, right? But I think the other one went over, or I kept moving. We're getting there. This one, you want to see that was 12 splits on that last one. That's the problem, right? So you don't really run, like, yeah, we could run 11, 12 splits. That's cool. These guns run really fast. But that's a prime example of why you don't do it in, like, competition. Like 18, 19s, 20s in competition, from what I see on guys that shoot way better than me, is great. Like, because it keeps you moving and this and that. You don't just whiff shit. So, right, this time we're going to draw to the no shoot, or just above the no shoot. Try not to stare at the white, stare at a small spot above there. So the draw to first shot will be a little bit slower, and then hopefully we'll be able to rip down and over and park them in the A zone. So we'll see what it takes to get that. Yeah, so 152 on the first one. So the 152 on the first one was A zone, and then the Charlie right above it, which is literally what I'm trying to do, even though you'd love for them both to be in the alpha, obviously. Transition down. Got the 2 in the alpha, rocked over, got the 1 on the line, which is, and I don't like it. And then obviously that's an alpha, but that's a fucking accident. That was not on purpose. And that's what'll happen if you try to pull, you know, super tight splits, so you don't have a great grip on it. We'll start at the bottom, go up, and then rip over. Because I'm really having a hard time parking in my vision and keeping it there. So we're gonna try to beat the shit out of that, because that's what we're failing at today. Trigger freeze on that one, but I wanted to go in, so I'm not bitching too much because it stacked the alphas up. That was all alpha in 339. So we're not bitching too much. That's 1294 because I grabbed it off of here, and it always picks it up. But 6 shots, which is 246, all alpha. Those might be Charlie up top. They're breaking the line. But 143, which is about typical if I'm in a match or something. Like I'm not pulling at one, just because the margin of error for me still, because it's not consistent, is too much for me to just like, cool, 1 second draws, 13 splits, let's see what happens. Like I'm bound to fail if I do that. So dialing it back to try to get the hits is kind of where we're at. And there was also trigger freeze on the 2 alphas there that are stacked, which is great. So I kept it together, but they didn't come out like they were supposed to. And I think all bullshit aside, it's taken me over, like, I've only been shooting for like 19 months, 20 months, but it took me a full year of running with guys that will like smoke your ass to be able to even diagnose what I'm doing wrong, just in general. Shoot the open target. We're gonna reload. Hopefully get us a good grip. Start at the bottom there and work our way up. See if we can remember to do everything in real time. One out. 236. 13 splits. The only reason it was a 160 out the holster, that's why. 2 in the A zone, reload, and then 4 in the body. Let's see if we can do that. I pulled one Charlie off to the left in a 474. Those 2 alphas took forever at the top.